Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rashawn, standing in for Kevin Young Sr., and this is the Big Business Media Day. Shout out to everybody that is going to watch the replay and is in the chat. We will be acknowledging your comments. Please drop any questions, and I'll reiterate that throughout the evening. Let's get this going. Perfect. Okay. So, as we all know, we do have big business coming up Saturday, February the 21st. Harold's private venue. Let me bring this banner down. Dyer, Indiana. Start time is 1 p.m. Doors open at 12:30. So please, everybody on Eventbrite, go ahead and get your tickets. $10 for adults, $5 for kids. Everything will be $5 more at the door. As Classic says, bars. So, I want to jump right into action. We are not going to take up too much of your time today, but there are some big things happening. BIG things are in the works, but we are going to start with a young man who I have seen do some amazing work, and I am glad that he's doing all right. So we are going to bring to the stage first, La Sumisión, Gustavo. Gustavo. Yes, how are you today, sir?
Every day is a good day above ground. How are you?
I'm doing well, and I'm glad to hear you say that because I was terribly concerned. I'm glad to see you've had such a speedy recovery after being bitten by Mr. Young at Fright Night. We don't know what type of diseases that he might have been carrying when he bit you, but has C3 covered your medical costs, and were there any long-term psychological effects?
That man is something else. I mean, it took a minute. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was one of those that I think it took a day or two for me to even go into the hospital to try to explain that a grown man that's not inside of his own mind done bit me on the thigh. Yeah, yeah. I won't know until I step in the ring, especially with the
Okay.
ARC. Mr. Young is gonna be, and I don't know, man. I might not even go through the door, but I do know if I do step through that door, nobody is safe because I will, in fact, choke somebody out because I didn't get the nickname La Sumisión for no reason.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It will again. It is good to see you. Good to see you're in good spirits. I do hope to see you Saturday because there's a big opportunity on the line. You, Jay Leon, and Brittany K have the opportunity to take the entire slate of gold from the ARC, not just the tag titles,
Nope.
but the women's title off
All
of RVP. Everything clean sweep, all the gold out of the ARC, completely, probably destroying the faction based on the activity and dissension in the ranks. You could be responsible for destroying the longest reigning faction in C3. Does that add any extra emphasis for you, or is that just a happy accident?
I mean, if you've been following, my debut was against Jay Leon and TDG. So putting our differences aside for the bigger cause of bringing down the ARC is, I believe, in myself more important than the fact that Jay Leon did in fact pin me
Hmm.
in my debut at C3. He got one over on me.
Okay.
So it's what it is. But I mean, with the ARC being as they are, and something about just RVP, Renee Van Peebles, just I don't. She hit somebody, I believe, in the back of the head with the thing, and it just caused the thing to happen.
Yeah.
Not my place, but I mean, Godspeed to her and the ARC, and whatever happens, happens.
Give me one quick second.
You are fine.
Sorry. All right, sorry about that. Thought somebody might have been talking to me. But wanted to say that is interesting that Jay Leon was one of the people that you actually have gone against Now you're teaming with. Can you trust him to go against the ARC?
I mean, I can trust him as far as I can throw him. I didn't get a chance to really throw him too far, so I'll keep my distance. But I think at the understanding of what we're doing is a benefit to C3 Ultimate Wrestling as a whole in its entirety. And with our hunger and Brittany's hunger, we'll be more unstoppable than what the ARC is, their shenanigans. They can run around, and they've been running around doing everything that they've been doing, but they just haven't quite met a team like us. We're just all hungry. We're all wanting the arroz con gandules, man. We want the we want the lechon. We want to eat. We want our hunger satiated.
Yeah. So speaking of hunger, we have somebody who is definitely most satisfied, and then we also have somebody that is still hungry, waiting in the wings. I'm going to bring them both in, introduce myself. We have the one who is not satisfied, but he has eaten. He is the champion. He is the BIG of the 313, the BIG of C3. He is Joseph Ira Credit. Say the whole name like a Tribe Called Quest.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to you, sir. And we have one other man who I've seen the hunger in him. I've seen him develop over the last few years. I love his ring work, and I was sad to not see this gentleman on the card anywhere. We have the Unplugged Cyberpunk, Kenny 9. Good to see you, gentlemen, both today. Since you are all here again, I want, if you can, if it's possible for you, how much time I have with you, to drop it in the chat, and I'll try to be mindful of your time. Since we're all here together, I'll flow back and forth with the questions. So since I did start with Gustavo, Kenny 9, I'm going to go to you next and then come to the champ. Now, Kenny, at Fright Night, I saw you kind of go at Chris Classic. Well, first of all, how are you this evening?
I'm doing fine, Sean.
And also, Kenny 9, and Just Proper Credit, nice to meet you. I've been a fan from the back, but it's a good, lay faces on each other. So nice to meet you both, gentlemen.
Nice meeting you too, man.
But Kenny, at Frightened, it was shocking to me when you had words for Chris Classic, the classic outfit. Then I see you stand up for him at the 11th hour, help him save the company, only to find out that what's going on. Like, what's happening? I see you defeat him and D'Angelo Steele with Cyberstorm. What's happening with you in Classic? Long-term friends, brothers, but it feels like there's some friction. What's going on with you in Classic?
The friction is, even after a year after I was laid up in the hospital, I still never got answers. Then I helped him save the company, only for him to grandstand like he was the sole person behind saving it. And then it all just doesn't add up to me. I'm starting to think he had more of a hand in it than he's been letting on. So, can he honestly look me in the eye and tell me that either he was behind me being taken out backstage, or he knows what happened? Because the question still remains, what happened to Kenny 9 last year before he got laid up into a hospital, only to return into a title opportunity that he probably wasn't ready for?
I mean, that's a mighty big accusation that he either knows something or he did something. That's a big claim, and thankfully, the doors of the church are now open, and the man can answer for himself. We have the RPG of KNG in the building. The last real $99 suit. Chris Classic.
Buy one, get one free. BOGO KNG exclusive. You can get like 5 ties for $20.
Yes, sir. Well, listen, I do want to kind of hit everybody in order again. Thanks, Classic, for allowing me to host, man. It's great to not just be behind the keyboard warrior. I get to actually speak to these gentlemen face to face, digitally.
For sure.
So, Joseph Ira Credit, man. I do have a couple of questions for you as well, man. Again, congratulations, champ. Get to say it directly to you. Congratulations. Love the rise. the powerlifting accomplishment as well. Congratulations on that as well.
Appreciate you, bro.
Did big things in 2025. Expecting to see
Yeah.
more BIG things in 2026.
For sure.
Now,
For sure.
I think it's honorable that you gave Steel the old rematch clause. But should you win, what is your next challenge in C3? Like, you climbed to the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
You said you were doing this for your family, but your family doesn't climb through the ropes with you.
True.
A lot of folks going to be hitting on Big Shirley now that you're
Yeah.
with her. How you
Yeah.
want to protect her to provide for your family?
I mean, straight up, bro, is by any means necessary. And I say that with all humbleness. As far as what's next, man, what's next is whatever comes in my way, bro. Like, I call myself the best because I wanted to be the best, and now I gotta prove it. Straight up. Like, I'm not ducking nobody, I'm not running from nobody. They know where to find me. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing about your boy, two things for certain, Big Shirley ain't going nowhere.
Okay. I definitely hear that. I'm glad to see it, chat, man. We're watching your rise. I remember the day when you stood there, you rolled out of the ring after being defeated, and you were like, you took the mic and you said, I am going to be the C3 Ultimate Champion. And the crowd, they kind of laughed at you, and you kind of looked at the crowd, was like, no, I'm dead serious. You know, you got on the crowd, and a couple years later, boom, you at the top.
Yeah, like it was definitely a what they call a overnight success that took years in the making.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like this, all of this is by design, bro. Like, we fall down 5 times, we get up 6. You know what I'm saying? And straight up, like, we all did this together, bro. Like, I was, like you said, I was in the ring by myself, but like, I really wasn't. Real talk. Like, I know, like, a lot of people like, oh, it's you and me together. That's cool and all, but like, real talk, like, I feel it. Like, it's crazy because, like, you know, talking to y'all on these things, man, super special. I've done so many podcasts and interviews and all of that, but like, y'all are present, y'all care, y'all be there, and I couldn't be more proud to be y'all C3 champion, for real.
There's a lot of love for you. Tell them BIG. Come on, they love you in the chat. Dose DJ Dose in the building. The sound of C3. Shout out Kenny 9. Yeah, wrestled on a bum ankle. He wrestled 2 men twice. Like, he wrestled a tag team by himself, and then he wrestled a triple threat match right behind that. So, man, a man of many talents. But Gustavo, I want to get one more question in with you, and then let you guys know you had a few things to do. There's a lot of talk about respect in this business. Do you feel like you've earned the respect of your peers in and out of the ring?
I couldn't give a damn what they think. That respect comes with being in front of me, behind me, really anywhere around me. If you can be around me, I can respect you. But I keep everybody at a distance that needs to. With Jay Leon, Britt K, I respect them. They don't need to give me my respect. They just need to know that they can trust me. Anybody else, like Mr. Champ over here, Joseph IRA, credit, say the whole name.
You ain't gotta spell it though. You can just say it.
One day, if he chooses to respect this or not, that'll be on him. But just like Chris Classic, just like Mr. Man Kenny 9 down there, it's one of those. I don't need to really prove anything. That respect is a one way if it makes you feel good. I just show up, I hurt people, and then I leave. The pay is still the same to me. But C3 will be a little different, at least when I have a championship around my waist and I can show everybody, you don't need to respect me, you don't even have to like me, but you do have to fear me, because I work hard for gold, and I work hard to prove to at least my family that I am somebody, and that's all that matters to me.
Okay, let me get you out of here on this question, and I might be starting to pot a little. But we have 3 formidable fighters in this ring. We have the classic Alpha, a symbol of strength and tradition. We have the unplugged Cyberpunk, the symbol of speed and agility and innovation. Then we have Joseph Ira Credit, stature, power, prowess. Who do you think and I'm putting them in a spot where it's going to be hard for them to sit still on this question. Gustavo, who do you think on this stage do you could beat on your climb to the top of C3? Who do you think you could take?
Do you want this in any particular order?
And from bottom, least the quickest pin you could get to the most difficult fight on the table.
Fair. I'm gonna start with the champ first because Mr. Joseph Iracredit would be the easiest. All I got to do is just work it. It's all stamina. He has power, but you don't have power if you can't breathe.
That's
From there, I Chris Classic himself because I will just uppercut that man for what he did to Kenny Nine, and then I'm gonna look at Kenny Nine after I beat Classic, and then just be like, "Hey, if I beat the man that you got a beef with, that means I have a beef with you. Now you can come to me, golden hand, and then we can see if speed outbeats. It'd be like a Goku Vegeta thing, or like Sonic to Shadow in that matchup, or they're like Sonic and Knuckles. Actually, that one's a better one. I did like that second movie. Where he's all that ball and comes through and just it's a good time.
I
Pause.
respect your
Wait,
confidence.
hold on. Pause. It's like two pauses. Like you said, you can handle the man with power, and then you just said golden hand. Pause. Pause. I know we got shows called Press Start, but you gotta press pause, brother.
You set yourself up for that one.
Just pause, brother. Brother, grab the controller. I don't know. Grab the controller.
I mean,
Press
that's
pause.
if I'm gonna, why would I put the champ at the top? There's no reason for it.
That's the third pause.
You put the champ at the top because your boy is earned to be on the top. And that's as simple as that. And straight up, Gustavo, I'm not gonna lie, man. You got what it takes to be that guy, but honestly, at the end of the day, you with your assumptions, like I can't run, really. Me, as I say, a championship power lifter, right?
Yeah.
Like I climb mountains, B. Like, don't let this weight fool you. I hit harder than a hurricane, dog.
And I can
And I
attest to
promise
that.
you I'm here.
One day we'll do that. It'll be there.
Yeah.
If you don't lose. I mean, I don't know. Kenny Nine seems like he's hungry for a battle.
Yeah.
Kenny Nine is a GOAT. But at the end of the day, I need you to put some respect on my name, if anything, my guy. Because I promise you one thing. You can come at me with everything you got. But I promise you this, B. It's still not going to be enough. You can run all you want, bro. It's a no-fly zone when it comes to me. So I promise you, you could try if you would like, but I ain't hard to find because, I'm slow and I don't run, remember?
That's fair. I'll see you before you see me. That's okay.
Oh, man. I love it, gentlemen. I love the energy. Gustavo, man, thank you for your time this evening. I look forward to the matches that just sparked off just now. I can't wait to see each of these one-on-ones happen in the near future. So, man, shout out to you, Gustavo. Much love and respect to your family and what you do. And I can't wait to see you Saturday.
I'll be there. I'll see y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you, all right.
All right, gentlemen, man. Thank you for your composure, but I gotta ask the questions that the people want to know. I know the people in the chat want to know. I gotta ask the questions that the people want to know. All right. So again, Classic, thank you for this opportunity. We got Joseph Iracredit the champ, but Kenny Nine said something just before you came up. Wow. Kenny Nine believes that you know something or did something that led to his attack. Now he just right when I was bringing that up, he ran. He just dropped off. I don't know. Maybe he can't say that to you directly. He said that before you were here. Now that you're here and I bring it up, he's gone. I don't know. Might have been a technical glitch. But he thinks you might have had something to do with the attack. Classic, I'd like to know, would you like to speak to what happened? He addressed you at Fright Night. He defeated you with as you paired with D'Angelo Steele. What's going on with you and Kenny Nine?
Nothing going on with me and Kenny Nine. I mean, being accused of knowing something about who attacked him, when I was literally having to match myself is kind of crazy. Like, I know a lot of people do things to quote unquote sacrifice themselves to do stuff and initiations and rituals and all of that stuff, but I literally was in the fight of my life. So honestly, like everything halted when he fell over while I was having my match. So, I do think that that's
Fell over is crazy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean,
Really?
I
Fell
mean,
over.
it's unfortunate and it's borderline disrespectful to think that I would do anything behind somebody's back. As far as like I handle business in the ring,
Yeah.
That's what we have our court. We have our court in the ring. We don't have it behind the scenes. We don't have lawyers and all of that other stuff. We handle it with these. We don't do it with pins and stuff like that. The only pins that matter is the ones that go to 3 when you count it. And to be bars, to be disrespected like that is just crazy. I mean, Fright Night, he called me out. They calling him Crash Out Kenny. I didn't call him Crash Out Kenny. They calling him Crash Out Kenny, and he's responding to the Crash Out Kenny. Me and Steel, we go way back, and we don't see eye to eye with how to get the job done. And him and his partner Gran Torino. Am I saying it right, Kenny? Not, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm glad you at least responded to that because you don't answer text.
Wow. Whoa.
They won. I think it seemed like it may be something to do with, we actually had the match won, but Steel's daddy got involved. Steel is his daddy's son. So even with that, I could throw that accusation at him as well, as he may have had something to do with that. He probably knew that him and his partner couldn't beat me in Steel, so he got Steel's daddy to handle his business for him, which is crazy.
Now, why would I get in with that whacked out old man?
That's a good question.
You see how the accusation sounds crazy to him. That sounds crazy to me when he says that I have something to do with that. Accusations.
False accusation.
Accusations.
You're the head of the company.
Accusations.
You have access to cameras. If anyone would have that information, it would be who's at the head of the company. So why don't you?
The cameras that we have that belong to C3 belongs to Kevin Young Sr., right?
Right.
Anything else that has anything to do with the venue is Harold's private venue. Now, you also have access to them because you can also call them and ask. And to be honest with you, I'm actually still trying to figure out what's going on with that because we can't have anybody taking anybody out, regardless of how you feel, regardless of how you fell out, regardless of how we fell out as homies. I'm still trying to handle this business. But calling me out at Fright Night, that doesn't help. Possibly calling somebody's daddy to come and do your work, the business that you're supposed to handle, that's not what you're supposed to do. You ain't supposed to do it like that neither. So I'm just saying, if you want to figure it out yourself, by all means, you can. If you think that I'm taking a long time, they're calling you Crash Out Kenny for a reason. I just say, be careful where you crash out, sir.
Torino and I didn't have anything to do with calling Red. If that were the case, why isn't Red coming with us to Canada next month? Or coming with us to Berwyn in March?
Crash out in Canada. Okay, cool.
Well, listen,
hey, be careful out there.
Yeah, definitely be careful. Man, much success to you in Canada. I do want to, like Cal says, because right now it's just all accusations. There's no way to prove if either of you gentlemen had anything to do with the events that have happened. It could be a self setup. I could have got my own self attacked, to make it look like Classic did it. Classic could have did it to cover up the jealousy of Kenny Nine because Kenny Nine was glowing up. Fans
hold on.
It could be another thing. It could be another thing. It could be another thing.
Hold on. I know the channel is called Crudely Drinking, but I know we ain't drinking right now.
I'm saying it could be anything.
I'm
saying it could be anything.
Let me be clear. I want to be clear, right? I'm not jealous of any success that Kenny Nine has. I was there around the time he started. He started to make a name for himself now. He's going to a lot of places outside of C3, Flow, Fab, and all of these other companies and stuff like that. I'm not jealous. The only problem that I have is when you call me out on situations you don't know nothing about. That's it. That's it. I've said to him, congratulations. I've shared a lot of his accomplishments that he's had. You know, we've talked a lot before all of this situation happened. So I want to be clear. I'm definitely not jealous of somebody shining. There's enough shine for everybody in this business. And, you know, I want to be clear as not only a wrestler, but as a promoter. I'm definitely not one of the ones that's trying to hold somebody down because they doing better than somebody else. Because you can be at your highest one day and then the next day you can be at your lowest. You know, you got to be careful with the bridges that you burn. And I don't burn bridges because I can't swim that well.
You may not burn bridges, bro.
Bars.
When I was in the hospital, where
Bars.
were you?
Oh,
I
you
didn't
show up
get
for your
one
brother.
visit. I didn't get a call. All I got was an announcement that I was in a title match.
Okay, so
Wow.
outside of not answering texts, outside of trying to investigate, outside of also fighting for my company, you know, the company that actually wants to get rid of you, just like that. I've been fighting as much as you have, sir. I don't go to places where people don't answer their phone. I'm sorry. I saw the promo. I saw the promo that was sent. No. I saw promos. I saw it sent. I saw it uploaded via the board. I'm trying to text. I've said multiple times, you can look at a lot of promos that I have been trying to figure out what happened to you. But when you do not answer the phone, why would I go to a hospital? It ain't that you was unconscious anymore. You was good. Why would I? Why would I? And that sucks. And it does sound bad on my part. But at the same time, if you have an attitude, I ain't got time for that, bro. I got kids already. I don't need another one. I don't need another one, respectfully, man.
Hold on. I ain't a kid.
Wow.
I'm 30 years old. So
Good for
while
you.
you're talking about kids, I'm laid up in the hospital. The first thing I did was make sure I made my duties once I came
He said
came
duties.
awake. So there ain't nothing kid about that.
Wow. Now, listen, other than him calling you a kitty that's 9, I don't think that was professional as the owner of the company. I would like to ask you to apologize. I know this is your company, but I would like to ask you to apologize to your friend Kenny 9 right now. Calling him a child that's unprofessional, sir. I have to ask you to hold yourself to a higher standard.
I hold myself to the highest standard. But when you sit here and you disrespect me, like I've already have somebody else that's disrespecting me and trying to mock me almost every day, almost every week there's a promo. So to me, there's a line to be drawn. I promised myself last year in 2025, I'm not just going to be that nice guy. I'm going to handle some business and I'm going to take care of some stuff because trust me, if you're going to bring it, make sure it takes me out. If not, you're going to regret that you did that. Now you turn around and say that you're a victim. Not saying Kenny is saying he's a victim at all, but what you're not going to do is you're not going to besmirch my name, my craft, or anything at C3. As talented as he is, what you're not going to do is talk to me a certain way and think I'm not going to respond. We're not doing that no more. 2025 is gone, and the old way of me is gone as well. I'm still nice, but I could be mean at the same time.
And that's probably what it's going to take to save pro wrestling. I respect it. We'll move on. I do want to bring the champ back into the conversation. Now, all this tumultuousness is happening at the company that you are now at the top of. You see the owner feuding with friends. You see the owner feuding with the K&G spokesperson. What do you feel is your place in bringing stability to not just the title, but C3?
You know what? I was asked by C-Red to join a certain group a couple of months ago, almost a year ago. And I decided at the time that I needed to focus on me. And I did that because I knew that Classic had his. And if he really needed me, he would call me. But I knew Classic had it. As far as the future is concerned, I will always say that Chris Classic knows what he's doing. Straight up. So if that man is saying what he got to say, doing what he got to do, there is a reason behind it. There is always a method to that man's madness. And I agree. In 2026, you go low, we go straight to hell because ain't nobody got time for it.
I've already
Straight up.
been through hell.
Hey, Kenny, respectfully, shut your ass up when grown folks are talking. That's all I'm saying. Now, I'm tired of the disrespect, basically. I am the whole world champion, and I got Gustavo saying that I'm the easy win. I'm getting cut off by Kenny Nine. Once again, respect for you because you are a GOAT at what you do, but I'm the freaking champ, yo. I am so sick of being disrespected. And it's stuff like that is what makes me feel like maybe I'm being too damn nice. Ooh, the baby in the room. Maybe I'm being too nice. Oh, you got headphones. We good. Like, y'all gotta bear with me here because when that part of me turns on, the smiles go away. And disrespect is a real thing in this business, bro. And I've been dealing with it since day one, and I know I'm gonna deal with it until the day I get put on the ground. But I promise you this, you're not gonna do it in my face. Straight up. So, like we were saying, you were asking me questions, so that's what we're gonna get back to, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, just wanted to know how you were going to bring stability, but I can see that fiery attitude is probably exactly how standing on business is how you
We
bring
ain't got
stability.
time for stability.
Back to
We got time for business. And that's what this is for. Big business. B-I-G. Business, baby.
Bars.
You know what I'm saying?
Big bars.
Like, we out here trying to build a dynasty for C3 Ultimate Wrestling. Straight up. We got 20 on the way. Like, we thinking about 30. We thinking about 40. Like, we ain't got time for all the BS and the hostilities, bro. We out here thinking upward mobility. And I promise you this, C3 Ultimate Wrestling is going to be a household name, dog. Straight up.
Absolutely. Kenny Nine, I want to come back to you in a hot second. I do want to, he mentioned 20. May 23rd, 2026, we will have 20, the show. As you know, with C3 Ultimate Wrestling, every fifth show is a crown jewel, a special prize in the company. So look out for more announcements as 20 approaches because BIG business is big, but I guarantee 20 is going to be probably just a tad bigger, if that's even possible. But Kenny Nine, man, I hear people talking about respect, but I've been watching Kenny. I know I'm the keyboard warrior, but I've been watching and I've been seeing the body of work you've been putting together. It's been amazing. I enjoy seeing what you did with Arcade Anarchy. I enjoy seeing what you do with Cyberstorm. I saw you beat Classic, which is kind of why I felt like there might be some jealousy. It took him a while before he stuck his hand out to get lifted up. Because you, as a sportsman, as a good sport, you stuck your hand out to lift him up after you defeated him. But he didn't want to take it. So I see things like that, and I see a lack of respect for you. Now, do you feel that there's a lack of respect for you in this company, not getting the proper title shots, not getting the proper care, not getting the proper callbacks? And what do you think that stems from?
I think it stems from me being the underdog for so long. But an underdog is only an underdog until he bites back. Now, the minute that I bared my fangs is the moment where Kenny Nine became a dog. And now, this dog is biting anyone that gets too close.
I like it. Kenny Nine has become the K9, and people are going to get bit here in 2026. Well, I'm looking forward to this. Now, Classic, I do have a question for you. I want to ask you a question outside of this. After nearly losing your company to the board, you now look to take on one of its most notable members who has had a lot to say. I mean, a lot to say.
A lot.
I haven't even said it enough. A lot to say.
A lot.
A lot.
You guys,
A lot.
you guys went soup to soup in a war of words.
Ain't nobody worried about Overton.
Suited and booted.
y'all went soup to
Suited and
soup, man.
booted.
Tie bar for tie bar, super soup. Do you expect him to show? Do you expect him to show? And do you think you can win without the help of the dog, K9? Do you think you can win without the help of the ARC? Can you stand alone without help and defeat the
You
standing
don't
member
need
of the
help
board?
against Braxton.
He's like, oh.
Braxton Hartnebreed.
Ah.
Braxton Hartnebreed. Oh.
All right. I do feel that the new age governor is going to show up at big business. I know that he's doing his Kevin Luther King, his Xander X stuff, his Keep Nope Alive campaign. Rest in peace, Jesse Jackson. Keep Nope Alive. I know he's trying to do a whole bunch of stuff. He's talking about that he's not going to wrestle. He's sitting there talking about we need to get together and do wonderful things as a unit and stuff. And he would do this on Black History Month. But nah, we handle business. It's like I said earlier, we handle the business in the ring. Talking is over. You talked about my family. You talked about sending my family on permanent vacation and stuff like that. You put my wife in harm's way with putting her in the match with Brittany Kane and RVP and stuff like that. You know, she was prepared. She was serving at the door. You get what I'm saying? So it don't matter about all that bullcorn that he's trying to say. We're going to handle some business. It might be his last form of business. He might have to be in the funeral business. You know, he's already tall, but he's already tall. He's over 6 feet. He's going to be 6 feet under February 21st. You got to handle some business right here. K&G. That's the K&G, man. Kevin's not good. Kevin's no governor. It could be anything. Wow. It could be a whole bunch of stuff. K&G could stand for a lot of stuff, but it's over. It's bars over here, baby. It's bars.
Jesus Christ.
The bar is open. The bar.
He's already casket sharp.
The governor.
He is.
Like it's the boss. Like, see, and I'm not worried about not having somebody having my back. You get what I'm saying? I've handled business for a long time. I've driven hours by myself. You know, Joseph can attest to this, knowing what it's like to be one of these wrestlers out here that's just driving for hours. Kenny can as well. Driving hours by yourself. Driving hours by yourself, handling business, being sleepy, still got to make it on the road because you got to get back to your family. You got to go back to work. You got to handle a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm not worrying about him because he's acting like he's not about to wrestle. But if he steps foot, Dyer, Indiana, Harold's Private Venue, February 21st, big business. We will have that unfinished business finished. Finito. Kevin's no governor. K&G. Kevin's no good.
Who elected him?
Yeah. Yeah, he's running with that title without being elected. That is interesting. Okay, so
put that back.
It's been an interesting go back and forth with you and Kevin Xander. I do look forward to seeing that concluded. So I do hope that can go off without a hitch. We know he's not above cheating. He's not above changing the rules midstream, but now he's out of power. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be a fair fight. Hopefully there'll be no shenanigans. So I'm looking forward to seeing that match. For sure.
I do want to say though, he's done a great job of promoting not fighting. he's done a great job. Like I want to say he has promoted the most to just say I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to be there. Yeah. It's like
Don King with a perm.
I'm right. I'm gonna be there. I'm just gonna be there. Like, hey, you make bad decisions, but I'm gonna be there. And that's gonna be his final decision. It's gonna be his final decision messing with me. So I'm telling him it's not good. I mean, he have his final meal. Harold's chicken is right there. He can have it right there. He can eat. It's great.
I'm trying to give me some Harold's
It's chicken. Great. I'm just saying it's great. He can have his final meal, and he can show up to Harold's Private Venue, and then we can handle the business that we're supposed to. Straight up.
Okay. Well, you did mention making bad decisions. Before I go back to the champ, I want to ask you, Classic, one more question about those bad decisions. After being hard carried at 11th hour by the ARC in the fight for the company, you seemingly punished them with a match where they could lose all their titles at one time with somebody that's not even like it. RVP could lose by one of the guys getting pinned. The guys could lose their tags with RVP getting pinned. I gotta know, is that decision payback for them standing back before the bell while you were getting posterized by Kevin Xander and Nameless?
How is that a punishment?
If I could lose my title by not getting pinned, not even part of my tag team partner, me and my tag team partner could not get pinned, and we could lose our tag team titles, that sounds like a punishment to me. I could be wrong. No, I'm not long. It feels like a punishment.
It's not a punishment. It's the last name of the show. It's business.
Okay.
You know, when we talk about being hard carried, pause, by the ARC and Kenny let's talk about the ARC part. Let's talk about them real quick. Do you remember how the beginning of that match happened?
Yeah,
Yo,
they got
how
upset
you-
about the music.
4 people beat up me and Kenny 9.
Yeah, y'all got jumped.
They broke
Y'all
Kenny.
initiated.
They broke Kenny 9 in half. He was almost Kenny 4.5. Like
Jesus.
that's how much
Jesus.
we was getting beat up because they was upset about music and they was trying to make a statement. So to me, like I said, we handle business in the ring. Make a statement. You got to be a better team player now. You have to be a better team player now than when you was at 11th hour. Because even then, I stopped Nameless from taking Miles Mercer out briefly.
Yeah.
But Miles did what he was supposed to do. He tried to, but Nameless is just its own entity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let's not forget how they left me and Kenny hanging when it comes to that. And even when I was arguing with them, instead of us, and I'll be responsible for my part, we could have stopped Kenny from getting eliminated first, but we was arguing back and forth. So handle your business like you're supposed to. Since y'all want to make a team effort, why don't y'all try to keep y'all belts as a team? And I do know they having a fallout with RVP and the other way around. I don't know everything that's going on with them, but they are still champions, and they're champions for a reason. So let's see them prove it February 21st.
Okay. Well, I do look forward to seeing that. So we want to get the champ back in. The champ is here.
Yeah,
The champ is hit. Now listen, it's been, like you said, a long time coming. You're the flat. You're the, what is it? I can't remember exactly how you phrase it, but you're like but you like somebody that's brand new to the stage, but it's a long time coming. I can't remember how you phrase it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's years in the making. Yeah, man.
Years in the making. Yeah. So I mean, how do you feel having your family behind you, seeing the love from the crowd, seeing people in the signs crowd signs now. We like them thick. Like, how does it feel to get all of the love from the fans in the crowd, from the chat and on the internet, across the board?
I was
You
shocked.
won people over. Like, what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you as a wrestler? What does that mean to you as a person to like bask in all that love and accomplishment at the same time? It's not you had to sacrifice one for the other. You got both.
You know what? Straight up, the love has been so immense, so appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Because like growing up in this business as a big dude, people like Gustavo like to put you in a box. They like you to be a certain way. And you know what certain people don't understand is when I was doing this heavy, I was 525 pounds out here, bro. Like, still carrying it. Still, with my big size and my belt, but it was hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? And even still, like, it's crazy to think, like, when somebody sees me, they like, oh, that's a big dude. I'm like, I was a huge dude. You feel me? Like when I come in Saturday, I'm coming in at about 363, which is like, it's still big dude, but like for me, I ain't been this light in 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely feeling better than I've ever felt, and it's all thanks to the C3 faithful, bro. Like, y'all been behind me since I even felt like I deserved it. You know what I'm saying? And that's been something that to if I had to hang it up tomorrow, knock on wood, Lord willing, like, I'm proud of the stuff that I put together, and the fact that the crowd rocks with me, because one thing about C3 fans, they gonna tell you how they feel straight up. You know what I'm saying? If they're not rocking with you, they gonna tell you. If they if they love you, they gonna tell you. We family, so they gonna pick at you, they gonna make fun of you, which is cool. But like, if you can't take a joke, but it's all out of love. You know what I'm saying? That's what's the most important part, and that's what people don't understand. And like, for real, like, I can only see this going even further, and it's all because of the fans, bro. And like you get a lot of baby faces come on and say stuff like that, but like one thing about C3 that has been prevalent since I started here is that everybody's so genuine. And I mean that. That's so refreshing in a business full of fake brothers. You know what I'm saying? To be genuinely myself is something that is underappreciated almost. You know what I'm saying? And being able to be myself around people and be, whoever I want to be is so refreshing, bro, because like everybody in a world full of gimmicks, it's hard to be yourself. You feel me?
I like it.
And I want to say that C3 is the first place where I truly felt like I could be myself. Like if I wanted to come out in some anime inspired stuff, ain't nobody laughing at me because they know that these fists still hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So C3 is one of them places where I can truly be myself no matter what, and people respect you no matter what you got on, no matter what you're talking about. All they care about is that you care. You know what I'm saying? So and they see the genuineness. So
Yeah, no, I like that. I want Classic. If you could put your co-owner of C3 hat on for this next question, because I got a question for you to you two to ping back and forth on.
I got no hats.
Now,
I don't have my scarf on. Oh no!
Well, listen, yeah. Well, bring the owner of C3 lock. Bring it a little forward.
All right, here it's
for
right
that lock forward.
Yeah,
there you
go.
go.
Yeah, I got you.
That's the owner lock. Okay, so let me ask y'all this, man. So Joseph Ivory Credit, as somebody who saw you when you were tagging and believed in you and said, "I believe you could be the face of my company. You could be the top champ." Like, I want to ask you how that feels. And after he's done Classic, what did you see in Joseph Ivory Credit that made you believe that this was the guy that could rise the ranks? What made you see like he was worth giving a shot to and that he would come through for you? What was the mutual feelings between, the talent arranger and the promoter and the talent? How did that go between the two of you? Like, I know you believed in yourself, Joseph Ivory Credit, but from tag, you said being at the heaviest weight. How did that feel? Getting that okay, you deserve a shot. You've earned a shot. And then conversely, Classic, what did you see that gave him the shot?
Well, let me start out by saying that Classic believed in me before I believed in me, and everybody knows that. And if you don't know, like, Chris is one of my best friends. We literally talk every day, all day, like all day. That's all.
I don't do that with a lot of people. It's nothing against people. I don't do that with a lot. I honestly don't.
That's straight up. Like, it's literally us and like one other dude. Like we don't really fuck with a lot of people. So the fact that you can be that outside of wrestling, outside of the ring, and just be able to just be real. And like you said, how it made me feel. Like we was talking about Braxton. You know what I'm saying? Like, like for real. Like Chris has been. Y'all about to get me all. Yeah, y'all talk about Cody being the emotional champion.
Let's go.
But
the crying babies, come on, let's go.
Yeah, man, I'm a cancer, bro. Like I'm all emotion, B. But the first time my wife was found out that she had cancer, the first person that reached out to me was Chris, straight up. What can I do for you? How is she feeling? How are you feeling? You know what I'm saying? Like, we in the middle of the pandemic, you know what I'm saying? Like driving 4 hours, in between going to her going to chemo and whatnot. And like she just came home last week. She just came on Saturday. She's been in the hospital for she wasn't there concurrently, but like out of the last year, she's been there about 6 months out of the past year. And what's the first thing she want to do fresh out of being in the hospital for 2 months? Let's go on a road trip and let's go to C3.
Wow.
And that's where we're gonna be. That's, you know what I'm saying? Because Chris and C3, everybody, like, y'all are family, and I don't say that lightly. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he saw this part, like, I don't know if y'all know, real talk, like, I almost packed it in a couple times. Like, I've said many times where I'm like, yo, like, I don't even want to deal with the rat race, bro. And it went from me hanging it all up to me putting all my eggs in one basket with C3. And I figured he deserved more out of me than to just hang it up. You know what I'm saying? If somebody is going out of their way to say, you know, I see more in you than what you see in you, that's some deep shit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's real. That's a brotherhood. That's my brother, and can't nobody do nothing that ever make me feel some kind of way about him. And I will check somebody real quick about Chris Classic. You hear me?
Ooh,
My
credit
wife
check.
will
Let's
check
go.
somebody
Credit check.
real quick
Let's
about
go.
Chris Classic. That's my brother, and can't nobody tell me different. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he saw it in me only meant that I needed to see it in me, that I needed to be the person that he saw in me. And that meant that I needed to come out with classic, pun intended, matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I needed to be that guy again, because I lost my motivation. I lost who I was. I was just going out there doing matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew I could put together a match. It is what it is. But, like, I lost that spark. You know what I'm saying? And he had to put it back in me. He was like, yo, like, I can't go out on my sword and just walk away. I'm not ready yet. I got a lot more to prove. Like my man Mark Henry said, I got a lot more to take. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it, bro. So every time I step in the ring, I'm giving everything I got. Even if I only got 75%, I'm gonna give you all of it, damn it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel.
Not like that. Now, what about from your side, Classic? What did you see that you knew that this guy, if he give an opportunity, he could run with it?
I mean, you just heard it. I mean, you want me to follow what he just said?
I know, which was amazing.
This you know, we try to talk and then like this like close up because you know what I'm saying. This,
yeah, I think it's
I call a lot of people bro. I don't call a lot of people brother, and it's a reason for that. You know, bro is a term of endearment. Hey, what up, bro, and all of that stuff. But brother is like, I got your back. You know, you need anything or whatever like that. And I think that the relationship that me and Joseph have, that's what we have. Dealing with a lot of the stuff that he is going through. You know, we can sit here and we can be there with him, but it's still his path to take, especially with his wife. And it's a sensitive subject because, you know, and, you know, with family that has similar situations, it's definitely difficult. So the best thing that I can do, besides obviously pray, is be there for him. You know, what do you need? To go through all of that stuff. God dang it. To go through all of this stuff and to even think of C3, right? To not, you know, it's easy to just stop and shut everything down. And to put C3 as a priority is very big to me. Like I said, wrestling can bring a lot of people together. I know a lot of people can say that it's very selfish. It can be dog eat dog, throw people under the bus, burn bridges and all of that stuff. Wrestling can bring people together. It can make a bond that is unbreakable. Even if we don't see eye to eye, even if we butt heads and stuff like that, that's still my brother. We don't butt heads. I'm just saying, just in general, that's my brother. Ever since I lost my brother in 2015, I made it known that anybody, I promised myself that if I called anybody my brother, I'm going to love them like my brother. This guy here is my brother, and I cherish the conversations that we have, and we message each other, we send each other memes and stuff like that, you know, and we talk about some stuff. To me, as far as wrestling goes, I remember booking him as Cassidy Keith as part of the Spirit of Detroit with his brother Jonte. Shout out to Jonte. It's all love over here. And one of the reasons why I started booking him at C3 was I saw one of the matches they had with the Rulers of Wrestling, which was one of my brothers, RK Savage, Trey, and
Yes,
JPH.
sir.
Shout out to them.
Sir.
And to me, they was already going to Jamaica and overseas and stuff like that. I'm like, man, these guys are superstars. Both of these guys are superstars. Like, man, I'm seeing them here. I'm seeing them there. They got belts. They got like 3 different tag team belts and all of that stuff. I'm sitting here. I needed to work on a tag team division and stuff like that. So I hit them up. I'm like, hey, man, I want to bring y'all to C3. And then I was like, how much is the rate? How much to pay? Now, trust me, I've messaged people and they've asked for crazy rates, craziest rates. Oh my gosh, like you live down the street and you want this amount of money. They don't even live out here. And they had decent rates. They was like, they was honored. They wanted to come in to C3 and stuff like that. Now, the first match they had, it was Spirit of Detroit versus 2-Man Killzone. Mark Reconcile, who's also a brother of mine, versus Jeff Steeples. Shout out to Jeff.
Yeah.
Great match. Went to a draw. After that, Unsung Heroes. Showed up for Unsung Heroes. I want to say it was Miles Mercer. It was either Miles Mercer or Marcelo Spade. One of the two. It's one of those two. And it was like almost every time I would have a show, before I would even say who's on the card, Joseph would message me, hey, bro, you need me? Hey, bro, you need me.
Right.
That is very, very important to this story. Hey, bro, you need me? Because there's a lot of people that don't have that kind of fire to be booked again. You get what I'm saying? You were saying,
I gotta excuse my dogs.
I thought it was my dog for a minute.
That was mine.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. So I think probably like 2 shows Joseph wasn't in. I think it was only just 2. I'm not gonna try to ramble. I'm gonna try to wrap this up. I promise. I'm a deacon, so
That's all good.
I'm a deacon. So sorry. It just come with the territory. So Joseph, I regretted.
Y'all say what's up to Jinx. Say hi, Jinx.
Jinx. See, say hi, Jinx. There we go. Joseph I regretted is the epitome of what C3 is to me. How a wrestler should carry himself. Joseph I regretted. This guy has went on vacations and subbing promos when he could be just being on vacation, could be spending time with his family and stuff, dealing with the stuff that he was going through and stuff like that. He still found a way to make a video. Not only a video, not just like a 30-second video. Nah, you about to get 3 to 5 minutes of me speaking from the heart. From the heart. C3. I don't have to, and it's nothing against the other wrestlers. It's nothing. I could literally say, hey, I want to book you for this show. The next day or the same day, he'll cut a promo. We start doing big business stuff. He gave us a Christmas Carol. Come on, man. He gave us a Christmas Carol. Who does that? Joseph, I have credit. You get what I'm saying? So I can't sit here and be like, oh, I picked him to be a champion. No, he earned it because he deserved to be champion. He lost so much weight. He told me that there was a time that C3 was the only spot he was wrestling at. He made it a priority. He said at this point, with everything that's going on with other companies, C3 is my home company. This is my home company.
Period.
When Santana finally won the heavyweight title in TNA, and they had the picture of him going into the locker room and everybody's embracing him. Joseph said that's how he felt when he faced D'Angelo Steele and won at the 11th hour. And it does wonders, and it warms my heart. And I do love that we get to speak about this, because sometimes people think that men don't really open up and have a heart-to-heart of how they feel each other. I ain't like that. I've always had my heart on my sleeve. And I'm blessed to have not only a brother, but also a great wrestler to represent C3 Ultimate Wrestling, because of how much he has sold into it, the hard work, not only for himself, but not only for his family, but just for me. Not even just C3, just for me. You know, he said, hey man, you need help, you need something, why don't you do this and why don't you do that? I do have other people that do it, but not to the degree of him. Like, I want C3 to grow. Not just I want to help you, I want it to grow. We need to do this and we need to do that. So stuff happened for a reason, right? You know, booking him as the tag team wrestler. I know in his promo, he said that people try to write him off as just a tag team wrestler. And to fast forward for him to be one of the best champions in the Midwest, the proof is in the pudding. No Bill Cosby. It speaks for himself. You know, this man worked hard. It's documented. You can literally look at a playlist. My baby has a cookie. I don't know why she wants y'all to see that. Go get some milk. Anyway, but still, the proof is in the pudding. You can literally look at the growth of from Cassidy Keith to Joseph Barber, created C3 Ultimate Wrestling Champion. So still, like I said, brother, I love you. I am happy that you are reaping the benefits of your hard work, because some of us don't even get to do that. Yeah. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to people to do. Sometimes people get their flowers after they're gone. They're getting their flowers at the funeral. That's when they finally getting the flowers. And then they're getting the flowers ever since. So the fact that you are blooming and you are continuing to bloom as a professional wrestler and as everything else that you continue to do, I'm definitely proud of you. And nobody can say, oh, well, Chris just gave it to him. No, Joseph worked his fingers down to the bone to get where he's at. You don't know what this man has been through outside of what he's told you. And you still don't know what else he goes through behind the cameras and stuff like that. So the fact that this man could continue to do this, and like I said, he said a lot of the stuff that he went through. And the fact that he still comes out here, his wife still comes out here. I know people in similar situations, just like that's it. But the fact that you just want to live is just, it warms my heart, because like I said, man, that's all I'm gonna say. That's it.
Like I know we've been on some heartfelt stuff, but like I need the fans, I need everybody to understand why we do what we do. And you know, like the comments and stuff like that, like I feel like I can't let nobody down, you know what I'm saying? And like doing what we do has been so cathartic for me, you know what I'm saying? And like being in the ring and just sharing my art, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, this business has given so much to me. I wouldn't even know my wife if it wasn't for professional wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, like I met her at a show in Toledo, bro. Like, you know, I cannot say how much this business has given to me. And even if I never sign my name on a contract and you never see me on national TV, I won, bro. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's what I meant in that promo with Steele. You know, you can put me in the ring with anybody, because I promise you, we gonna do what we gotta do to get the dub. And I don't mean that in no nefarious way. I mean that straight up. Like, I have no wavering, no faulty lines. Like, I know what I'm here to do. I'm here to provide. I'm here to give the fans what they so rightfully deserve and that's a champion that wants to give, that wants to give back, that wants to be number one. And I'm gonna show y'all every time, bro. Show and prove. That's how I live, bro.
For sure, man.
Yeah, that's dope. Man, I agree with the chat, man. Much love to both of you, man. First of all, I know it's been 11 years, man, but sorry for your lost classic or your brother. I am thankful to hear that you have gained a brother as well in Joseph Ivory Credit. And much love to you and your family. And much respect to the strength of you and your wife as well, fighting and battling cancer. And like you said, let's take a road trip to C3 this weekend. Like, that's dope. Like, that's inspiring. Man, so much love to both y'all on that. Speaking of family, though, is where things take a turn. I want to know how you feel about the words of D'Angelo Steele on his latest promo.
Spicy.
He has some spicy, scathing words about the family. Like, you want to feed your family? Your wife's gonna have to apologize. F them kids. He had a lot to say, and this is what you're doing it for. We hear the heart and the passion, and how family is your reason, and it's become part of like your service to the crowd, like your art. All of that is culminating in one thing, and I can see it. You putting it at the point of your fist and putting it in D'Angelo's face. But how did it feel hearing those words and the reckless regard he took for your family, which is so much of a motivator for you?
You know, I don't really know what to say, bro. Like, what Steele and I have been friends for a long time, and oh, that's out the door. Period. Like, this not about, respectfully, this not about the C3 Ultimate title no more. You disrespected me. You disrespected my family. D'Angelo, I hope you're watching this. I hope C-Red is at this show, because I need to do something real bad to prove a point. And it's like I said about the respect thing. They don't really respect me. Not yet. But they will. That's all I'm going to say. They will.
Yeah, I do want to say, like, you know, as a person who started with D'Angelo Steele, I've never heard him speak like that ever. I know that when he had the title, you know, he gave it a name, fell in love with it and stuff like that. And I know he went through a lot of stuff, and I'm not giving him no excuse and stuff like that. But yeah, there's definitely a line that was crossed that probably you can't cross back over when you already did it. You know, when the toothpaste has left the tube, you can't put it back in. And you know, like I said, we handle business in the ring. We don't do lawyers. We don't do none of that other stuff. How we handle it is we handle it in the ring. So like I said, February 21st, big business, and big business indeed.
Yeah, it was a scathing promo. I was a little shocked when I heard it. I was curious about how both of you felt. Of course, Joseph Ivory Credit, man, being your family, I can imagine you having strong feelings. So friendship is out the window. I get it. If he burned the bridge, he better learn to swim, like Classic said earlier. Classic bars in the building. But as the owner operator of C3, how did you feel about going that far? Did you feel like that represented what you wanted to put out?
With C3, I promised myself and I promised even the wrestlers that they could always like express themselves how they want to express themselves, right?
That's fantastic.
Sometimes it's not just a promo. Sometimes it's how they feel. And it's funny, I had an argument with somebody. I said, just because you feel a certain way, it doesn't mean that you're correct, right? Just because you feel something, it doesn't make it true. You know, sometimes people want to be caught. Sometimes people want to hear what they want to hear with those kind of things. Like, you know, when the promo was sent and I saw it, I was shocked that it would happen because there's pictures of both of these guys together when Steel won the heavyweight title and when Joseph and Jonte finally won the tag titles. Tony Thunder's in it and stuff. There's pictures of them together. Like, it's on Facebook. Like, you can find these pictures. I had them saved in my phone for a reason because I was so proud of these guys for doing this kind of thing, right? And to fast forward and, you know, still, you know, the way he went. And like I said, I don't see eye to eye with him. And this is a prime example because of this is how he says things and how he does things and stuff like that. Like, how can you take a picture with somebody in 1 minute and then turn around and then be like, you know, forget your kids, forget you, and all of this other stuff? You know, I understand people do want to make it to the top, and sometimes people crash out, not even bringing Kenny Nine's name back in, but still, you know, but this is definitely too far. And it's like, to me, you know, I don't want to go through no unreal stuff, but sometimes we do ask, hey, is this okay for this person to say that? Because we do want to focus more on family. But when somebody like disrespects somebody else's family, that's where it goes too far.
You muted, bro.
You muted.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Let me ask you gentlemen both one last question about things getting personal, and then we have a pivot to make. Things got personal for you at 11th hour, where not only are you fighting for your company, you also felt like you were fighting for the honor of your wife who was put in danger. That got mentioned earlier. And now, just by credit, your championship match which is a running back, you know, the rematch clause. That's gotten personal with the invocation of your family being brought into promos unnecessarily. So how do you both feel about things getting personal going into big business? Is it going to stay business, or is it going to lean too far personal and cost both of you this Saturday?
You know, I try really, really hard to focus on business because that's how we were raised in this business, to worry about the bad. But my wife is coming to the show, and I don't know if I really want her there, to be honest. I don't really think I need her to see me like that. I just want to put a disclaimer out. Just really, really, I gotta go, bro. I can't deal with this. E3, big business. I'll be there.
Joseph Ira Credit, C3 Ultimate Champion. Thank you for your time this evening. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
All right. See you, brother.
All right. As we pivot, man, classic. I want you to answer that question. And speaking of things getting personal, we're going to pivot in that lane. But how do you feel about things getting too personal? Is it going to cost you this Saturday?
There's a referee for a reason. So if I go too far, the referee could say I'm going too far. They can give me a warning. The referee says I'm not going too far, I'm going to continue to bring the pain. As simple as that. You know, I can't sit here and say mine is on the same magnitude. My anger for Xander is on the same magnitude as Joseph Ira Credit. I can't say that. But at the same time, you know, Steel and Credit has a match. Xander is not trying to fight. So it's like, I don't know, like sometimes you do have to put your personal vices and things that you have going on. You have to put that on the back burner. You have to be a professional wrestler. So all I can say is I'm going to try my best to be a professional wrestler. especially if the professional wrestler of Mr. KNG himself shows up. Straight up. That's what that is. That's what that is. I know he's trying to lift every voice and sing. Gonna be singing the same old song. Classic then got him again. Straight up. So yeah, that's all that's all I'm gonna say about the situation. If he shows up, there's gonna be a match. You know, now no board shenanigans, no board, none of this. Oh, well, we can just do what we want. Nah. If you wanna show up to a wrestling event, you gotta wrestle. If you're not buying and paying for a ticket, an adult ticket is $10. For kids, it's $5. I mean, he's a child. He can pay a $4 or $5 ticket if he wants to. If he don't, he got to fight. He got to see me. Step in my square and get bent out of shape for sure. For sure.
Well, speaking of having to see you, well, let's bring the new age governor into the conversation. Oh my God!
I must have missed a few things. Sorry, I'm late, by the way, but you know your governor looking forward to big business. Had to take care of a few things. All right, Sean, nice to see you. I can't hear you, but it's nice to see you.
If you can't hear me at all,
I have no idea what you're saying.
Okay.
But you're already running the show a lot better than your counterpart, Kevin Young. Is that me? Is that you?
The late governor.
Let me see.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. So he sounded distant. So I think
it did. It sounded like he was like underwater. I thought the sonic music for the underwater thing was about to happen. I think his Wi-Fi connected to his suit. He got a blue suit. You know, people got Bluetooth. He got a blue suit. His StreamYard stuff connected to his blue suit. He ain't got no Bluetooth. He got a blue suit, and that's what it was. It synced to that. Or Stacey Adams. Okay, they might not have been Stacey Adams.
Let's see if we're connected. Can you hear us now? Can you hear?
I can hear you now, most definitely.
Perfect. New Age Governor Kevin Zander in the building. Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to finally digitally meet you face to face. I did want to bring you into the conversation now that Classic brought your name up.
It is great to finally meet you. A commentator that is completely unbiased, someone that is fair, someone that can clearly see all the bad decisions that seem to be happening in C3. But apparently, what did I miss? I hear my name has been brought up a few times around here.
Yeah, it's gonna be on an obituary. Yeah, that's why it's brought up. It's like, what font do you want for your obituary? Do you want Times New Roman? Do you want Calibri? What do you want? Like, let me know what you want. Because if you show up, that's gonna be the final decision that you have. That'll be the final bad decision that you have ever made.
Hello to you too, Classic. And how is it that you have your children right here, right next to you, and yet you're talking this way? You're talking about killing your governor. You're talking about beating up your governor. This is what you do in your household. You bring about violence. I think that's the problem that we have here in C3. You see, we're more concerned about she already waving at you goodbye. She's saying goodbye to you. Wave. There we go. She already know what's going on. We gotta handle that business, that big business. I think we have a problem with having our priorities in order. It seems that you're more concerned with getting your hands on me. I'm more concerned with promoting the show. Let's just talk about it. We have big business. We have the rematch of 2025 with Joseph Albert Credit versus D'Angelo Steele. We have Marcelo Spade defending his Urban Culture Championship against the Strike King, the Cobra. We don't want to talk about those things. We're more concerned with, Xander says I make bad decisions. I want to beat him up. My brother, we have to be better than this, Classic. We have to be much better than this. And so you're right. I have no intention. I want everybody to listen to me. I have no intention on fighting Chris Classic this Saturday. However, like I did say earlier, I'm going to give him the opportunity to do the right thing for the first time, to do the right thing for C3. And he knows what that right thing is. And it's not to fight me, but it's to give me the keys to lead this company to a better place. That's all I want for C3.
Why don't you take the keys? Why don't you come, Dyer, Indiana Herald's private venue, February 2? Why don't you come take the keys? Why don't you've taken matches from me? You've had me against Nick Diamond. You know, you've taken my wife. You've taken my wife from the merch table to wrestle. So why don't you taken the microphone and say you agreed to that match to where y'all lost the company? So why don't you take the keys, brother?
And I feel like there's been a misconception. I'm glad you brought up Shay. Since we want to bring up Shay, let's talk about Shay.
Watch it. You better watch it, sir. Yes.
About that match, that according to Classic, she was caught off guard, and I threw her into a match to become women's champion. The way he sees it as me trying to jeopardize his wife's chances at her health and something like that. I don't see it that way. I see a competitor, probably one of the best in the Midwest, quite frankly. I gave her a chance to show it. Because what's the old saying? Stay ready, you don't have to get ready, right? So she's a veteran in this business. She's been around for a while. She knows how to do it. It's not my fault that she wasn't even caught off guard from what it looked like to me. It was like she was ready to go. She was ready to go in there and prove herself. And that's all I want to give her the opportunity to do, to prove herself. But she came up short. That's not my fault. It's not my fault at all. I am here to present the opportunity. It's on you. It's up to you to capitalize on it. Now, the way I see it, that's fair.
I'm talking to you.
Chill out.
Now, if I may say, Classic, Mr. Xander the governor, the New Age governor, has made some very valid points.
Thank you.
Now, as I spoke earlier in the show, you have made some decisions that I found to be bad decisions. You know, Penny 9, ARC. We have
somebody finally acknowledges the bad decisions made in this company.
I mean, and it is Black History Month, and you're promoting black on black violence during Black History Month, so that there's that, and then he's right. Like, if you Shay ready, sensational Shay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Those are very valid points, Classic. I do want to hear how you respond to what sounds like logic, what sounds like reasoning to me. It sounds very rational. So I'd like to know.
If anybody has not noticed,
Diamond, come.
For the past, I don't know, since he's been tripping about the board, he has been beyond reason. To the point he's so frantic. He's making hasty decisions. He's doing everybody wrong. He had help from the ARC. He asked ARC, I need you guys to fight with me to help put away the board. And they said yes. And how does he thank them? He puts them in a match to where they don't even have to be pinned to lose their championship. Now, if it were me, if he was your governor, a fair person, I'm a fair governor, I would have sent them somewhere to enjoy themselves, a nice vacation, something nice, you know, as a thank you for your service. But once again, I'm a fair governor. I'm a fair man in general, and he can play his magical violin, but he knows it's the truth. And that's the problem we have in C3. We don't like to hear the truth. We just want to shoot the messenger.
And then you asked another question, Classic. Like, before you respond, you did ask a question in there. Like, why don't you come and take from Mike? Not to be funny in any way, not to overstep, but he did try violence and he lost. I mean, fair enough, he lost. Now he's trying diplomacy.
That was
he's trying diplomacy. So I mean, it feels like a reasonable pivot. Like, okay, we tried violence, it didn't work. Let's try diplomacy. That feels like a fair pivot. But you've criticized even that. So, like, is there a way for Kevin Zander to even win in your eyes? I mean, the violence and diplomacy, you don't like either one. So why did you retain his services if you're not going to allow him to expand his role?
He did win. He wins a fight with me.
Okay.
He's a winner. He is a winner, guys. I'm telling you guys, he is a winner because we're talking about a guy that thought I was going to lose to Sam Knight and said that I was going to be on a permanent vacation. I could spend time with family. We're talking about a guy that continues to do these kind of things. Like, now you want peace. Now you're going to get pieced up February 21st. You're going to get a lot of it, man. Like, this dude is funny. Like, he can fool a lot of people, but he can't fool me. So
No, it's not
like
me
he got
trying to fool
the
everyone,
glasses on. He got the
It's
glasses
not
on.
me.
He think
It's
he
not me
wise.
trying to
Hold
fool
on, see,
everyone
see,
here.
look,
It's
look at
you.
him.
You
Look
have
at him.
fooled Kenny
Look,
Nine.
He
You are
tried.
fooling the world
He's
champion.
trying so hard to fool everybody. He's fooling everybody. He has the amulet that is used to control Nameless on his ashy knuckles, bro. Cocoa butter is not that expensive, my brother. And you sitting here, you are a light skin with ashiness. It's just the weirdest thing to me. That's a crazy combination. But still, you talk all this trash. And all I'm saying is, if you show up, if you don't want violence, stay home. Stay home.
I have made a promise to the people. They have expected their governor to be a big business. And unlike you, I plan on fulfilling a promise to which I made.
They planning to see a body. What are you talking about? They planning to see a body. Listen,
Oh man,
I saw your promo. I see your Malcolm Specs pictures. I see that you shouted out George Washington, Carver, Black History. I've seen you do this kind of stuff.
Like that was good.
I'm here to tell you, my brethren, on Black History Month, Martin Luther King had a dream. February 21st, I'm gonna give you one, because you're gonna be dreaming when I knock you out. Come on now.
Listen, gentlemen, I apologize for having to interrupt this. We do have some breaking news. We had Kevin Young Sr., who, Kevin Zander is very comfortable and familiar with. Very close friends. Very close, comfortable, personal friends. Sorry, couldn't join guys tonight covering some C3 leads. So he did report to us.
Thank you for not joining, Kevin. Thank you. Please, Arshawn, can you keep this? Is there a way you can be the host from now on? Because Kevin Young is the most unfair and biased commentator in C3 history.
Yeah, I mean, that's another one of Classic's bad decisions, if you don't mind me saying so. If you don't mind my saying so. Sorry.
Keep Nope alive. But okay, sure.
But we did have a bulletin come in from the desk of Kevin Young Sr. This is a notice from Ann Steele, Stampede Larkin, who says, and I quote, "I refuse to be a part of anything that benefits Chris Classic outside of the ring. So here's a statement in regards to Saturday. Classic knows what happened with me and Renee, yet he booked this match after we saved his company. Classic knows I'm still undefeated and have been for 3 years now, with 0 opportunities to show for it. Kevin Zander and his Foreman Mills suit can F himself. Classic makes bad decisions, but no decision is worse than making an enemy of myself and Miles Mercer on your first day, stupid ass." And I quote, that's a quote, forgive me, that's a quote. "Classic and Zander keep saying my name. I will personally handle it myself. And in regards to the 6-person tag, Miles and I are going to handle business. Renee can fall in line or not. She ain't effing up my S." And he didn't, thankfully, the statement did not fully spell that out. "Finally, do not ever refer to myself as any part of ARC. I refuse to have my legacy tied to an old N-word that yells at trees. I will get my respect one way or another. Be blessed, Stampede." Now, that coming across the desk. Thank you, Kevin Young, for dropping that note in the back. I want to get you guys' reaction. Both of you were mentioned. Let's start with you, Classic. How do you feel, again, because that's another one of the bad decisions that Xander's been talking about, and Stampede is addressed it directly, head on, accusing you of violating him and the ARC. That's why none of them have decided to participate tonight. How do you feel hearing all of that?
I heard a threat. He can get in the ring too.
Oh, wow.
Violence. It's always violence with Chris Classic.
Oh no! See, this is what I said. I told y'all that 2025 Classic is gone. We got to upgrade with 2026. See, we can be professional and we can handle it professionally in the ring. You know, we gonna sit here and act like, you know, not once did he say him and his partner left me and Kenny Nine hanging when we got jumped by ashy light skin over here, Mr. Young, Nameless, and the Ace of Spades, Marcelo Spade. He ain't accept no accountability. You know, they say that's how modern women act on social media. So I don't know if you want to pair him with that, but that's just how he acts. So still handle business. Like you said, you was handling business when you left me and Kenny out to dry and get beat up. Handle business. You can do it. You the champs. You the champs. You put yourself in this position. And this isn't even a punishment. If y'all are as good as they say they are, then they should handle the business at big business. Straight up.
Okay, that's a great response. But now, Kevin Xander, the new age governor, I do have to ask, because again, you were brought up too, and you're forming Mill Suits and what you can do with yourself. How do you feel hearing the response from Stampede about your involvement or your mention of him? How does that make you feel?
And people say I'm delusional. Chris Classic actually believes that it is their fault that they're in the situation that they're in. He booked the match. It's not Larkin's fault. And don't get me wrong. I'm not a defender of the ARC, but they're not in the wrong in this situation. They didn't say, "Ooh, you know what we want to do for next show? We want to book ourselves in a match where we have the least chance of winning." They're a lot smarter than this. They're a lot smarter than this. And to be honest with you, yeah, he wants to talk about my K&G and former Mill Suits, and I can assure you, they're neither of those. They are very nice though. I appreciate you recognizing a brother's style.
Well, what's the suits? What's the suits?
But I personally,
no. What's the suits? What's the suits?
It's tough. I wouldn't give you my tailor's name. Like, why would I do that? I mean, it's
Burlington.
Beyond,
okay, Burlington. I got you, Burlington. It's Burlington.
It's beyond your pay.
It's Burlington. It's okay, bro. It's okay. Burlington is fine. Burlington it is. Okay, it's Burlington. All right, it's fine.
But Arshawn, what were you?
Kiosk at the mall. Kiosk at the mall for $5,000, Alex. That's fine.
What does Larkin have a problem? Why does Larkin have a problem with me? I've never understood. I don't understand why ARC, Larkin, or Miles. I've never understood why any of them have a problem with me. I have done nothing. I extended my hand to them.
You did.
To become greater than they already are. And they rejected me. They said, basically, I'm sorry, this is a PG show, but screw you, governor.
Yeah.
But yet, I'm the one in the wrong here. I didn't put them in the positions that Classic ever did. I was trying to put them in a better position. And guess what? I know one thing. If we were in a point where we was booking this show, I would not have put them in that match. I wouldn't have done that to them. But we have people that are running the company that, as we know, and we have learned for the past few months that I've been preaching over and over and over and over and over again, Chris Classic, stay with me, makes bad decisions. And they are suffering for those decisions. But they made the decision to team with Chris Classic. So, actually, you know what, Classic? You're right. They are getting what they deserve because they decided to team and support you.
Absolutely. So,
So I
guys,
don't actually, personally, I don't feel sorry for them. That's just
Now, I totally understand that. That's a
And-
fair perspective.
and
I do want to say,
like
though,
I said, I think if we want to talk about Larkin, I think he needs to keep his his head on the swivel. I know, he's been cool with Miles and they have that thing, they're the tag team champions. I think I will fight this to the day. I believe that the ARC, they are one of the best tag team champions in C3's history.
absolutely.
I give that to them. But I also know Miles is a former heavyweight champion.
Yes.
I also know that he's probably a little bit hungry to get back to that mountaintop. And we talked about dead weight. Renee referred to herself as dead weight. Me
Yeah.
personally, I don't think Renee is the dead weight. At least in Miles' eyes. I think the dead weight falls to someone who he would deem he's been carrying since they've been champions. And that is Stampede Larkin. So I think if he's smart, and I know he's listening, Larkin, I want you to listen to your gut. Take heed to my words. Renee isn't your threat. Renee is not your snake. It's Miles. So if I were you, I would keep a very, very close eye. They say what? Keep your enemies close. Keep your friends close.
No, New Age Governor, you make some very valid points. I do want to get you guys out of here on two last questions. My first question is about, since the ARC, you guys brought up ARC. You tried to extend the hand to the ARC. The RPG, Chris Classic, you tagged with the ARC. Their match coming up. I would like to know, since Chris Classic makes such bad decisions, how would you, the New Age Governor, have redistributed the talent of this match? How would you have done better with this call?
My goodness. My goodness. I think, well, for one, Brittany K and Renee, I think they, by themselves, would steal the show. So I would not even want to see. Now, granted, that 6-person tag match would be a phenomenal match. I think that is going to be one of the show-stopping matches of the night. I really do. But what I would not have done, I would not have put the champions in a place where they would be at a disadvantage. To where Renee could lose and Miles and Larkin lose their title, or vice versa. That's not fair. It's funny to me how I am the person in this situation who's all about fairness. It seems that doesn't run, or it never did run before your governor popped forward. So that's how I would do things different.
You said it's gonna be a great match, but don't understand why I booked it in the first place. That's why you shouldn't book. That's why you shouldn't book matches. That's why you shouldn't book matches. See, no. I'll tell you this.
You booked that match as a form of punishment.
I actually booked it because I thought it would be a good match. And I'm sure it will.
Yeah. That's what. See, once again,
I make bad decisions, but this was going to be a good match. But then you're going to question me, Chris Classic. Why are you booking such a great match?
It's not the match itself; it's the principle and the reason why it was booked in the first place. It wasn't this match is going to be great and it's going to steal the show for the people. No. This was done to punish the ARC, and that is not justice. That's not fair to them.
You care about justice.
This was done to suit Chris Classic's ego.
A governor who cares about justice. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? But nah. My thing is this. They did wrong at the 11th hour. The ARC did do wrong. But if I really had a horrible vendetta, they probably wouldn't have got booked for the show.
They got to lose the championship first.
They could either win or they cannot win. That's up to them on how
right, and you put them in a place
how they
where
work,
you would make sure
how they work together.
That they don't win.
Like they've done this before. They've done title eliminators when they went against the other people and stuff like that, and they were successful. So they should be able to pull it off possibly. I mean, this is against three people who've never teamed together, but we'll see. If I had any vendetta against them, I would do like y'all and try to take stuff away from them by any means necessary.
Classic. I mean, now you know that if anybody has the chance of taking it from them, it is two people who they've never come across really, at least from my understanding, they've never faced before, and that's between Gustavo and Jay Leon, two of the best to come through C3, who are up and comers on their way, and you put them in a match against the ARC. This is punishment, and you don't see this. That's.
It is tough. It is a split. It is a split crowd. There's people that completely see this as good booking because it is going to be a phenomenal match, and there are those that just are more curious about the stipulation. Like that, I think that's where most of the people have the contention is around the stipulation, like losing your title without losing your title. I think that's hard for a lot of people to swallow, but I do want to pivot to what could possibly happen between the two of you gentlemen here this Saturday. Classic Alpha has called out and given the golden ticket to Kevin Xander to catch these hands from the RPG. Now, Kevin Xander has gone full pacifist and does not want to. He's gone full nonviolence in the age of 2026 in Black History Month, which I can respect to some degree. I do want to ask, though, should Classic Alpha walk out and put hands on you, will you fight back, or are you going full, I'm nonviolent?
If Chris Classic is so dead on set on facing me this Saturday, I will have no choice but to put him down. That I don't. And see, here's the thing: you call it pacifist. You can say, oh, some may even say, oh, the governor is scared of Chris Classic. I'm not scared of Chris Classic. I'm not. He is a benefit to C3 anyway. And if I was to take Chris Classic out, that doesn't do anything for the board. That doesn't really do much for C3 because, granted, like I said, he is the owner and who started C3. So he would always have that respect between him and the fans. And I wouldn't want to take that from him. But I'm not the one who is so begging for this fight. It's him. I'm not the one with the problem. He is. I'm not the one making the bad decisions. He is. But yet, he wants to fight me. Like, I think if anybody listened to what I said earlier, the problem, Chris Classic's problem, isn't with me. It's with the circumstances that he has put C3 in, and that he is looking for a way to take out his frustration. I refuse to be that punching bag. But that does not mean that if it comes to it, Chris Classic will get the answers that he's looking for.
Looks like somebody got time today.
Stop. See, I'm getting threats.
Yeah, that was our last question. We are going to wrap it up. Thank you, New Age Governor, for your presence today. Again, pleasure to meet you. You've answered every question with aplomb. You've been phenomenal. Classic. I want to offer you last words as we get out of here. Again, everybody, the information at the bottom. C3 Ultimate Wrestling does and will present February the 21st. Big business,
Oh, I'm
BIG
sorry,
business.
Arshawn. I'll let you have it. I just want to say that I know Classy said he wants to have a sign. Bring the best sign. Yes,
Yes, sign contest.
bring your sign and show Chris Classic how many bad decisions he has made. And for 2026, our slogan for 2026: end bad decisions by any means necessary.
Oh my gosh.
By any means, no, see, you're laughing. But I truly mean by any means necessary. And that's all I
right.
got.
February
That big
February 21st. If you show up, the chickens will come to roost. Straight
Let's
up.
go.
Straight up. Straight up. The chickens will come to roost. That's all I will say. Just if you show up, that's just what that is. You get what I'm saying? I told you it's a new classic. I didn't even have to wait a new year. This was like since December. So I had a month head start. Show up. Get your suits, get your shoes, get the lotion for them ashy knuckles you got for light skin. Show up. Just show up. That's all I have to say about the situation. Just at this point, show up. I don't want to do no more videos. I don't want to do no more talking. Just show up. I will have my gear on as soon as the doors open. I just want you to show up. That's it. Straight up. Straight up.
Well, gentlemen, definitely appreciate your time and attention tonight. Tell Sensational Shay, I apologize for keeping you too long, but I'm going to drop you gentlemen down and close out the show. Again, New Age Governor, a pleasure. Classic, a pleasure. Thank you both, gentlemen, and you have a good night. All right, now Saturday, February 21st, big business, Harold's Private Venue, 1 p.m. Central Time. Make sure you get your tickets on Eventbrite. Again, $5 for children, $10 for adults, but there'll be $5 more at the door. A really quick look at the matches. This is the full show poster, but let's take a look at the matches that we are going to have. We have the ARC versus Brittany K, Jay Leon, and Gustavo. And an intergender trios match. All titles are on the line, which is, again, a point of contention, but it's going to be a banger of a match regardless. Can't wait to see this part of the show. And we have a triple threat match between Tony Thunder, the professional, Johnny CK, and newcomer, Davon Carter. Can't wait to see what his debut is. I've seen some tape. And that boy is bouncy, to steal a line from somewhere else. We have let's come back to that. We have the Urban Culture Championship going on the line against the Cobra, the Elite Warrior. Can't wait to see this match because both of these gentlemen are tacticians, highly proficient, highly skilled, very dangerous. So there's nowhere to run for Marcelo Spade, but he's also a fighter. He's very skilled, so but he's a by any means necessary revolutionary as well. So I really can't wait to see this one. This entire card is great, and we criticize bad decisions, but this entire card is great. We have the main event, the title match, the run it back match between D'Angelo Steele trying to get his boo back, trying to get his old thing back, who is now named Big Shirley under Joseph Ira Credit. Can't wait to see that. We saw the champ had to end. He had to dip up out because it was getting too personal, too heated. But we have a very possible, very fun little grudge match in here. Now, this one, of course, we just saw the heat between the two gentlemen, the Classic Alpha and Kevin Zander, the K and G match. I can't wait to see who is better suited for the victory. I can't wait to see who is better suited for victory between these two. One-on-one, no time limits, no interferences. We all the shenanigans from the board, all of that should be over. But as you did notice, Kevin Xander did have the amulet of Nameless wrapped around what Classic called his ashy wrists and knuckles. So we have to make sure that there's not going to be a third party crashing the dance. But again, that looks phenomenal. Phenomenal card, phenomenal matchup. No matter what people say about bad decisions, it's not a bad card. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great card, full of great matches, great talent. I can't wait to see it. Saturday, February 21st. Make sure you're back here, or you are at Harold's private venue in person, or you're on Shooting from the Script. And I believe on Yellow on Twitch, I believe we multi-stream to make sure we want you to see it. If you can get there in person, that's what we prefer. So please, again, buy your tickets, donate tickets if you just want to support the cause. Eventbrite, C3 Ultimate Wrestling. Make sure you purchase tickets. $5 for children, $10 for adults, $5 more at the door. All right. So we are getting ready to head out of here. Thank you all for being in attendance. Everybody in the chat, man, much love to you. And much love to everybody that came through. Gustavo, Kenny9, Joseph Arbor Credit, Kevin Xander, Chris Classic, and I feel like I'm missing somebody. Maybe I'm not. Anyway, we're out of here. Y'all have a good night.